Welcome back to Everything Goes. Today I'm in the studio with my man John.
We back, baby.
Got my man E.
Yes, sir. Back in this John, another episode.
You mean? And we're gonna jump right into it with moment of the day. I'm gonna start over with you, Ian. What was your moment of the day for today's game?
Bro, my moment of the day was in the Cardinals and the Titans game when I
Hmm.
don't know what the defensive back name was, but he caught the pick and he came down and nobody touched him and he fumbled and Tyler Lockett recovered it for a touchdown. That changed the whole momentum of the game outside of the tossed away fumble touchdown. The Cardinals
Hmm.
is out there on all stacking work. Like they didn't want to win the game at all, but that's my moment of the day. The pick, turn, fumble, turn, touchdown. Is that led to Cam Ward for first NFL win.
Got you. What about you, John?
My moment of the day comes from Shake and Bake them, the
Hmm.
Tampa Bay
Great
Seahawks game.
game.
And I'm gonna be honest. My moment is just going to be the like I don't have a my moment is just going to be the field goal because it capped off a great, great game. Like it was high level elite play from both quarterbacks. Sam Darnold went out there for 340, 4 touchdowns, 1 pick. Shake, he went out there 379, 2 touchdowns,
Hmm.
no picks. He was balling. So that's my moment of the day. Cap the field goal capping off an excellent game with the Bucks taking home the W.
And so for me, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. My moment of the day was in the Dolphins and the Panthers game. Rico Dabo did go crazy, which is my moment of the day. His one of his big runs when I think it was in the third quarter. He got them all the way down to inside the. I think he got them down to first and goal. It was a handoff to Bryce Young. He ran through the middle. I think it was the two gap. He broke two tackles. It looked like they had him. Next thing you know, he popped right through, came right down, but he is kind of slow, so they chased him down from behind. But it was run. He went over 200 yards on the game. It was a great game, and that was a great one, and that was my moment of the day.
And I want to go back because I forgot about two moments, the field goal, but they picked Sammy off to set up the field goal opportunity anyway. So I guess that's my true moment of the day. So that they can get a field goal in that game between the Bucks and the Seahawks.
Got you. So moving on to our big game,
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We appreciate any and all support. Thank you.
catcher pass. The first question for catcher pass, or our first statement, I should say. The Giants did the right thing by benching Russell Wilson for Jackson Dart. I'm gonna start with Ian. You ready? Yeah.
I'm a I'm gonna catch that train only because I feel like Russ isn't the long term answer for the Giants.
Hmm.
I feel like at the moment which they decided to bench him, it wasn't a Russ issue. He made some questionable decisions in that game. He was throwing the ball out the back of the end zone in the fourth quarter, on fourth down. But outside of that, I don't think it was a Russ issue. I think they got an offensive line issue. I think they got a lack of weapons issue.
Hmm.
Um, I think they might got an offensive coordinator issue. So like, I don't think Russ was the issue, but I think that starting Jackson Dart and giving him a chance to build chemistry with the guys that are there, and begin to lead these guys and give them something to want to play for. I think they excited to play for, and beside Jackson Dart, so I think it was the right decision for the Giants at this moment in time as an organization.
I'm gonna catch this as well because I was never on a rush tip, but I
Hmm.
I think you could kind of see how it was the trend was going with Russ at quarterback, and you look at how outside of that Dallas game that was popping, but you look at how the team responded when Jackson Dart came through when he started against the Chargers, and they ended up beating
Hmm.
the Chargers. Chargers just took a bad L to the Commanders this weekend, but to be seen, they still are a good team. But they won 21-18, and Jackson Dart threw a touchdown, and he also ran for a touchdown. But you see how the team responded to him being there, and I also maybe as I say catch it too is because from a coach standpoint, Dayball, his time is coming short in New York. So I think if this could be your last hurrah, would you
Hmm.
rather take the chance with the young guy to see if he revitalizes you and essentially saves your job with his performance, or you stick with Russ, who Hasn't played the best of football recently. Last year he was with the Steelers and he played solid football, but nothing crazy. Now, do you want to stick with that kind of the known factor, or go with the young guy that could bring some explosiveness to the team and potentially keep you from losing your job for because he's definitely one of the coaches in the league that is on the hot seat. So
I don't think it's nothing that could keep him from losing his job, brother. Not in New
So
York.
So me personally, I'm gonna catch the train for the same reason that John said. I do think going into the year that Dabo had one or two plans. Either you get Russ and you retool your defense. Your defensive line is now good. Your secondary is average. You got some weapons. You got neighbors over there. You got two running backs that's solid. And so you was thinking maybe Russ we can make a playoff run. Okay, it's clear that that's not going to be the case. So now you turn to option two. I throw in a rookie. I see what he got, and maybe, like John said, that could possibly save my job. Because when they drafted Jackson Dart at that time, everybody said, "What the hell are they doing?" Then we go in the preseason. He looked like he was the best quarterback in the draft in the preseason. So now, obviously, you want to see him play real action football before you get fired because you made the draft pick. Honestly, so I I gotta catch the train. It was no other move for him to make in this situation. You like,
Respectfully.
yeah, honestly. So moving on to question two, and I'm gonna start with John on this one. So yeah, you can relax. So statement number two: Mac Jones should be the 49ers starter moving forward.
should be the starter. No, I feel my man Brock, bro. I'm gonna say it depends on. My answer is no, but then it
Okay,
also depends on Brock's
Your
health
answer is
because
pass.
pass. Yeah.
yeah, so I'll
Yes,
pass.
so your
Yes, I'm
answer
pass.
is pass.
My answer is pass. Now, although Mac has played great football, he's 3-0
Mm-hmm.
as a 49er starter. He is averaging over in those 3 games over 300 yards a game, 2 touchdowns, and he only got one pick with damn near 100 QBR.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I only think he should remain a starter depending on Brock's health. Like if he's because he missed 2 games
Mm-hmm.
and then he was supposed to then he played, got hurt again, and then Mac had to play. So if he's going on this train of just not able to get fully healthy, and his play will hinder the team where he's trying to fight through whatever his injury with his lower body. Max should be starting, especially considering I don't think Mac Jones can continue that level of play. To be truthful, like I don't think he's going to continue to average over 300 yards a game, throwing 2 touchdowns a game, and not turn the ball over. But you got to give credit where credit is due, and he's playing excellent football when he gets out there. That game they just played on Thursday, yeah, that was a Thursday night game when they played the Rams. Excellent football. He made no mistakes. 350, 2 touchdowns, no picks. So he's been excellent. So, but I'm a pass.
Gotcha. What about you? E?
I'm passing too, bro. He named all the stats. Like you said, it's impressive, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna say it's okay to be a solid backup quarterback in the league, and it's okay to be good at your job and fulfill a spot until the starter comes back, and then take a step back and be a backup again. I think that Brock, I'm not gonna say he earned the 50 whatever million that he was paid, but at the end of the day, they paid him, and he is a starting quarterback in his league at the very least. I don't think that Mac is out there doing anything that we haven't seen Brock do. It's just
Mm-hmm.
a smaller sample size, so it looks good when it's 8-0. On this 8-0 with these amount of touchdowns and this little amount of picks. But I think that, like I said, it's impressive what he's going out there and doing, but I don't think that he's done anything above and beyond what Brock has shown he's capable of doing. So I don't think it's worth Brock losing his job right now. Matt can say to back up and just be ready.
Yeah. That's another thing
Gotcha.
too. To payback off that, you just paid Brock $50 million. Like no, you can't
Mm-hmm.
bench a $50 million contract quarterback with Mac Jones. Like no way.
So for me, I'm gonna also pass on this, like you too, but I'm gonna put an asterisk next to mine because I want to see how the year play out. And the only reason why I say that is because let's say, like John said, Brock continue to deal with health concerns all year, and he's missing games or he's not fully healthy. So it's like, do we want to play him because Mac Jones is playing so well, and Mac Jones go out there and he have a similar year to what Sam Darnold had last year. So now you're looking at money wise, is it smarter to keep Mac Jones and rebuild your team that you just lost a bunch of pieces from the defense and the offense this past offseason? or do you keep Brock in there thinking that okay, he can't be just slightly better than Mac Jones for the amount of money you're paying him. So I feel like you're gonna make the best decision at the end of the year. But for this year, Brock Purdy, if he's fully healthy, he is your starter. That's how I look at it.
Agreed.
So yeah, moving on to the last statement of catcher pass. AJ Brown and the Eagles should part ways after this NFL season. Whichever one of you.
Why? I don't think it's
Hold
not
on,
an AJ Brown problem.
you
Like
catching or passing?
I'm passing. It's not an
Okay.
AJ Brown problem. It's an OC problem, and yeah, we haven't fulfilled that. So I guess it becomes a AJ Brown problem. But he's gotten the ball before it in the last 2 years. Is we don't know what's happening right now. But I don't understand, and I think that the way that his contract is structured right now, if we part ways with him, excuse me, whether that be via trade or cutting him, and cutting him is crazy. We still take a crazy cap hit. So it's
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like I don't know what benefit we have from parting ways with him. Y'all need to sit whoever he got a problem with in a room and have a conversation. I feel like we grown and he your best offensive, receiver. So why not figure out how to make him happy and go play football? And that's I feel like it's simple as that. If we don't got an OC and a head coach that can make that happen, then one of them gotta go. You mean? But I feel like right now we have a roster that needs to be prioritized over coaching. And I don't think that we have a coach right now that anybody would quote unquote die for and hate to see go over. Like we both of them could get out of here before AJ. That's how I feel. So,
Got you.
I'm passing. He's not too much of a issue per se, where you don't want to trade him away. And like also like Ian said, if we do trade or cut him or whatever, we eat the money for a superstar receiver moving forward. And that's what not bad teams do, but that's what essentially what bad teams do, like make moves
Mm-hmm.
like that. And it's the solution to the problem is very simple. Like Ian said, you need an OC and a head coach that's just able to give him the ball. Just put the ball in his hands and he will shut up. He won't have nothing to say. He will be satisfied. That's all the man wants. It's just to get the ball and feel like he playing an important role, and his talent is being maximized in our offense. So it's not like he going crazy, he hitting people in the locker room, and he just drawing. He just want the ball. He passive aggressive a little bit with saying he want the ball, but that's superstar receiver sometimes, bro. And this is disrespectful. We all watching the games, we see what's going on. So
no,
I'm
real
best.
rap. And I don't know if
Got
y'all saw what Chad was saying, but Chad was on the John afterwards, and he was
you.
basically saying like a part of what AJ is concerned about is that also they'll talk about restructuring his contract, and they'll say, "Oh yeah, well you prioritize winning, blah blah, but we've been winning without your production, so maybe you're
Mm-hmm.
not worth this 30 mil that we gave you. Maybe take this 21 instead." Like,
Mm-hmm. So for me, I'ma actually catch the train because I'm looking at it in a different lens from you
we're
guys,
not
and
coming to the Saints.
I'm about to explain it to you. I'm about to explain it to you. So the reason why I'm catching the train is not from the Eagles' perspective. I'm looking at it from AJ Brown perspective. Okay, one, this is not the first time this has happened. Yes, we did see it last year, and yes, the end result was the Super Bowl. But what did he say? I think it was a week or two after the Super Bowl. He said it don't feel how he thought it would feel. He said he thought the Super Bowl, like winning the Super Bowl, would make everything worth it for him. And he said he did not feel that satisfaction winning the Super Bowl. He said out his own mouth he felt the satisfaction going out there and crushing the defenders and putting up numbers. That's what he want to do. He said that's what he want to do. And so the team is not providing him the opportunity to do that. And it's even worse than what it was last year because just pulling up his numbers, I got it right here. So going in, we what 5 games into the season, he got 19 catches, 194 yards, and 1 touchdown. If you divide that by 5 games, AJ Brown right now is averaging 4 catches a game, 40 yards, no touchdowns because they only got 1 touchdown in 5 games. 4 catches on 40 yards for a number one receiver, top five receiver, supposed to be. And he's saying that's what he want to go out and show every Sunday in his 5 games into this year, and he hasn't been given the opportunity to do that outside of that one game, which was game 3. And in that game, which he scored his only touchdown, and he had 109 yards, and he only have 194 yards on the season. So if he didn't have that big game, imagine what his numbers would look like. He would probably be averaging 3 catches, 30 yards. That's insane. And so, looking at it from his perspective, he's like, okay, I do understand we keep getting a new OC, but you know what's not changing? The head coach and the quarterback. Jalen, you recruited me here. You recruited me here in that first year I came here. You gave me that opportunity to put up my numbers. Since then, it's been completely different the last a year and a half. Well, I don't even want to say year and a half because we're only 5 games into it, but these 5 games have been drastically different from what AJ Brown can do. And so, from his perspective, you can't make somebody be here that don't want to be here. And I think he's getting to that point where he's getting fed up.
You're not
Understand?
wrong. Oh, right.
Yeah.
That, that's how I look at it. From his perspective, it's time to part ways, and it's better to do it now than later because he did win the Super Bowl ring with y'all. He is a Eagles. I don't want to say all time great, but he is cemented in the Eagles' legacy now, winning the ring with y'all. So y'all want to end it on good terms. Don't keep the man here if he don't want to be here. So yeah.
Respect it.
Yeah, so moving on to our topic of today, we got some basketball for you guys, but it's some more foolishness with both commissioners and both the NBA and the WNBA. I just want to get you guys' opinion on it. What do you think about what both commissioners have been doing and saying in the recent weeks?
So I'll go, and I'm a more so gear mod towards the WNBA commissioner because recently, she came up with the comments about Caitlin Clark. That's I think her most recent headline, saying that she needs to be good. She needs to be thankful that she's getting endorsement money outside of what she's making in the WNBA.
Mm-hmm.
And I do believe, as far as the WNBA is concerned, it is time to get a new commissioner because I think that this commissioner they have right now is not able to handle the how fast the WNBA has grown since Caitlin Clark and that class got into the WNBA. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you compare it to how the NFL treats their games and why the NFL is kind of the leader as far as eyes and views, it's because I believe they treat their games and moments like events. They
Yes.
treat certain matchups like events. Like you think you'll have Fox prime time or even Sunday night or Monday night or Thursday night game. They treat them like mass events and just a big extravagant experience for you to want to tune into this product. WNBA and it falls from the top down. WNBA, since you've had this elite talent in this past season, she was hurt unfortunately, but you have this elite talent that comes into your league and you're not maximizing this opportunity to expose this player to everybody. Because if I was the commissioner, every time you turn your TV to watch WNBA game, Caitlin Clark is gonna be on there. I'm not gonna lie. Her numbers when she comes to a city, when she plays a team, jersey sales, etc., revenue has tripled and quadrupled and quantified any number that they've had before that. And as far as Adam, I don't. In fact,
You
I'm gonna pass Adam to y'all,
disappointed,
bro. Like I'm gonna
disappointed
pass
in
Adam
Adam.
to y'all. I'm cool up Adam, bro. I'm super cool up Adam.
So for me, I don't got nothing extra to add to the WNBA topic. Like I feel like he said everything that there is to say for real, for real. I'm gonna just second that. Regarding Adam, I feel like he is a selfish commissioner, but I don't know whose best interest he has because he's not a players commissioner, and I don't feel like he's a fans commissioner either. Maybe he's a businessman. And that's I feel like that's where us as fans we take the hit on it because he's made it clear in the last few months that he does not really care about consumers in terms of outside of the arenas and fans experience outside of arenas, for basketball during the season. That's in regards to the multiple streaming sites and stuff like that that the NBA is on and how hard it is to access games and you already got a certain amount of games that's not coming on regular TV until halfway through the season, and then everything now is moving to other sites, and so I feel like he's just a selfish commissioner. He's not understanding, like you said, the commissioner in the WNBA is not able to grow with how fast the WNBA is with this past class. I feel like Adam is complacent with what we're used to with the products, and he trying to like change little shit within the league, like the NBA Cup and All Star Game. But in terms of how you put the game out, in terms of streams and stuff like that, and other numbers where you can focus on, in terms of just the product and fan overall satisfaction, listening to the public and what we want, I feel like he's not really trying to hear that. He kind of doing his own thing. So I think that both NBA and WNBA commissioners right now could just do a better job of listening, whether that be to the players or to the consumers, and hearing what they want, and not having this greater than thou kind of mindset. But it is what it is right now. I'm gonna still
And I'm
watch.
a second before you go there. So I'm a second. Well, I also think only thing, and hopefully when this season comes around for the NBA, the only thing, and I know this is a call you get from top down,
Hmm.
that I think they did right to trend in the right direction of what fans actually want to see is in this past season of playoffs, the physicality. Now it wasn't received the best because I think we have transitioned away from very physical basketball. So you'll see it on TV in the playoffs and then also in the finals where it's like, oh, they whacking. Obviously, people are up there whacking. Like when the Rockets played Steph,
Warriors, oh my
y'all
God.
was up there drawn,
Mm.
like all the way drawn. Like it wasn't. I was just cooking it. Like it wasn't defense, but I'm talking about like physical style of play, like we used to see, in the 2090s, et cetera, et cetera. I think that is probably one of the only things I feel like has gone right as far as the NBA because it just needs to go back to being more physical. And I think that was one thing I saw this past season, hopefully trending into this season, and they continue.
Gotcha. So for me, I want to talk about both topics, but I'm gonna start with the NBA since that's what we are right now. I'm kind of shocked that neither one of you guys brought this up. So one, I'm disappointed in Adam for two reasons, and I also agree with both of you guys that he is a selfish commissioner. And my reason for that is because I think he's at a point in time, like Ian said, he's complacent right now, and he has done some good with the NBA Cup, and now I'm trying to change the All Star Game format, like you said, but now he just trying a whole bunch of stuff that to me don't make sense. Why would you want to take the league international? I get playing international games, but why would you want to take the league international and have a playoff format when you're playing international teams? Did you guys hear him talking about that, Leslie?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Why would you want to do that? Talking about that's you see that in the near future that could possibly be 2 to 3 years away. So like that's not like not saying we don't want foreign players playing. Obviously we do. Some of the best players we have right now are foreign players. Now how many teams are about to be in the NBA now?
right.
Because we're at 30 right now. So what you gonna add? What? Because you can't do an odd number. So what you gonna add? 4 or 16 and four international teams? And then you already was saying that you want to bring back the Seattle Supersonics, and then you was talking about you want to do an expansion team in Mexico. Then you talking about you want to do an expansion team and Las Vegas. So what exactly is this about to be right now? Like it seemed like we going further and further away from the competitiveness
Right.
outside of what John just mentioned about the physicality in the playoffs. Outside of that, like you trying to turn this into a game like we're playing 2K. No, bro, this is the NBA. There are
Mhm.
these are the 30 teams. We have plenty of routes for overseas players to get here, way more than we had back then. So it is a way to have the international players seen, and they
Right.
have the opportunity as well as the homegrown players have their opportunity. This is what the NBA is. I feel like he's trying to completely change the league, and I don't like that. And
You need to focus on what you got going on right now. So they're trying to take this job over to across the water. And you're
yeah,
like, this time you want.
yeah.
Their
So
All-Star game is trash right now. Can we figure that out first, please?
and moving on to the WNBA, I agree with everything that John said. She definitely do need to be fired, and you saying how Caitlyn need to be grateful for being in the league and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Another thing that I did not like is when she came out at the press conference, she basically denied what she said, and then she just basically said like I'll try to do better and amend my relationships with the players. And it sounded very unprofessional, unprepared, like you don't really know what's going on, and it felt like you was backstabbed, like you just like you don't know how business operate, like you thought you could go in that meeting, say all that the vice president of the National Basketball Association, and say all that, and she wasn't going to come out and make a report, and you didn't know how to handle or respond to it. So what else are you not doing right? What else are you not getting right? Like you need to go, honestly. Like I don't think there's no coming back from this incident. I don't think there's no fixing this incident. And the one thing I wanted to point out that she said, which shows me that she don't even have respect for the own league that she's supposed to be representing, is she going to tell her that only the losers complain about the refs? What? When they tell you that these refs are not qualified and that we need better refs, that you pulling our refs out of little rec league games and to officiate the WNBA, like where are our high quality refs? Oh, the refs are good enough. Only the losers complain about the refs.
Yeah, that was crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you.
So like your mind not there. You thinking money, money, money. You
Yeah,
not
yeah,
thinking about
exactly. She said, "Shut up, go play the game." Like,
yeah. So I'm all the way out on her. She needs to go. And I don't want to say Adam needs to go yet, but he needs to be sat down and spoken to.
no kizzy.
What's going on? Like, what's going on?
He need a retreat with with David Stern and
Right,
Tom
right.
Brady or something like
Yeah.
an Ice Cube. Like,
Like, what's going on? He said, oh, Ice Cube in there. Real rap, though, because he been representing the Big Three well. Shout out
no
Big Three.
cat.
Right. Ice Cube doing the right things over there to get Big Three on the map. Although
Yo,
they
like
don't
yo, when they come to the biddy, we sliding. Everything
right.
goes. Take
I
big
slide.
three.
Although they'll be trying to show him that much love in the Big Three, he be shooting the shot, bro. Like it's like he's I think he offered a bad dude, Caitlin, I think it was, to come there. You know, she said no, but he be shooting the shot though to get the one met.
Moving on to our last game of the day, sideline fumble. Part two. I'm gonna start with my man E. You had a lot going on last time.
Hey, bro, last time you said Mike McDaniel was next to the doghouse. That nigga is in the house, in the seat, with his feet boiling right now. He gotta go, bro. Bro, he gotta go, bro. Like, he gotta go, bro. They was cooking the Panthers, like you said, 17-0. Bro, I'm
Mm-hmm.
watching the game. I watched Bryce Young try to evade a sack, then get the strip fumble. I'm like, bro, oh my gosh, Bryce, like his job in Carolina is gone. That's what I said to myself watching the game. Like Bryce is out of here, bro. Then I look up, they start moving the ball. T Mac start getting catches. Now Rico start getting a little groovy. Okay, cool, but two is still cooking. Bro, I look up, it's the fourth quarter. The Dolphins are punting the ball with a minute and 30 seconds left and three timeouts.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, and they punting the ball like they gonna get it back. I'm like, no way, bro. Like, then they showed a little clip of Mike McDaniel walking in the back of the locker room. They talking about this is him last week. And he's like, to win the game, you gotta win the game. Yeah, bro. Like you kick the game away, bro. Like, nah, like, and this is what we talking about, where it's like, bro, yeah, you can scheme Jalen Waddle open, even though we know either the ball's going to him, Darren Waller, or A-Chan every time, for real. But you can't make the decisions in the fourth quarter. You can't, rally up the guys when tensions are high and emotions are flaring. You can't do that. You got to be, diminished to a lesser role, and he definitely fumbling right now. Like he might not even make it through the whole season. Keep it being.
Gotcha. About you,
So
John.
I'm last time we did this, John, I had I had Brian Callahan in here. So I do not, dog. It actually Jonathan Gannon really fried the fact that they tricked that game off, but he still gotta go, bro. So I'm a double down on Brian Callahan for the last time that we had this conversation, because although they just won, they should have lost. And how it looked, it was more about the Cardinals losing the game than it was
Then no.
about the Titans winning the game. So now instead of 0-5, you're 1-4, and Jonathan, you're saving this man's job when he still got to get up out of here. Now I'm gonna shift gears to uh what's the name?
Jonathan Gannon.
John. No,
Hmm.
John Harbaugh.
Oh,
I believe
oh,
we talked about him last time, and he doesn't have his quarterback right now. Obviously, you have a two-time MVP quarterback that's not playing, but for you to get blown out by the Texans 44-10, that's kind of crazy. And then last week they also got smacked by
the
Josh.
Chiefs.
Yeah, no, but
Mahomes and them.
yeah, right. Sorry. Yes. My bad. You got smacked by the Chiefs last week, and it wasn't a good game. Y'all don't look good. And I think from what I'm seeing by watching the games, it doesn't look like he has a team. Like it very much looks like he is losing his guys in the locker room because it doesn't look like they want to go out there and play football for him. And I think at this point where you have multiple years in and years out where your success has not been to the expectation. Like going into the past 3 years, you ask a lot of people, the Ravens are your Super Bowl pick to come out the AFC. To go to the AFC to beat Patrick Mahomes and go to the AFC. Obviously, that hasn't happened. But the rosters that they've had and having Lamar Jackson as your quarterback, that's your expectation. And now I think at this point it's time for a new voice. And they're getting embarrassed. Like they're getting embarrassed in football games. And I was stalling a little bit because LJ is not playing. He got hurt last week. He didn't play this past Sunday. But
Hmm.
even with that being said, it's like it's how it looks. Like y'all look like Titans out there. Like y'all look bad, bro. So yeah, that's all I got.
So for me, I got two coaches. So first, I want to issue an apology to Dan Campbell. I went at him last time about our fumble. And then he came through in that prime time Monday night game. He put the smack down on Lamar and them. Jared Goff was out there trick playing it up. Looked like the offensive coordinator had them rolling. Jameer Gibbs had his best game thus far, because up until that point, until he just played this past weekend, and he had another great game. But so yeah, Dan Campbell, he had them boys ready to play, and then they just went out there. They blew out the Bengals. Yes, the Bengals are missing Joe, but they did exactly what they were supposed to do, blew them out. So Dan Campbell is no longer at the back door. They brought him back in the house. He's sitting on the couch now. The back door is closed. He's chilling with his feet up. You mean he relaxed now? Now, the person that is in the doghouse, they just woke Pete Carroll up last night for the Raiders because I guess this was a 1 year rental. Because I don't know what Pete Carroll got going on, but nothing is going right for them right now. And I just don't like what I'm seeing from them. I don't know what he brought to the team. Like he brought himself, Geno Smith, and they drafted Genty and then did what? Traded for Amari Cooper that retired. What did you like?
That was crazy.
What other offensive weapons did you bring besides Geno that is leading the league in interceptions right now with 9, and we're only in week 5, and he got 9 interceptions.
And eight touchdowns.
You mean? Yeah, eight touchdowns. The new Jameis for Jameis. He on fast track to get to that 30 for 30. You mean?
Heavy
He
on it,
fast
bro.
he fast track
30
that
for
30
30 by week like 10.
that
Yo.
ASAP Davis. What? Oh, all right. It's my turn. You know what I mean? But so, anyways, Pete Carroll, like the offense looks horrendous. The defense looks horrendous. The defense looked the same as it did last year. The offense looked the same as it did last year, but you supposedly have a better quarterback and a better running back. I mean, Seattle sat you down for a reason because once Russ left, you wasn't able to build anything. They did give you a good 2-3 years. You wasn't able to build anything, and it's seeming like that's going to be the same thing with the Raiders. And then the fact that they do got Tom Brady in there as part owner, he want to win. He not waiting around. He not playing no games. I do think Pete Carroll is on a 1 year rental, and so yes, he was woken up last night and brought downstairs out the kitchen door, and he's on his way to the doghouse.
For
And
you to
that's just
stick, bro. Like, that's crazy.
we gonna catch y'all in the next show. Make sure y'all go check us out on Instagram at everything X goals. Got some more content coming out for you guys, and we catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
Yes, sir. Shout out to all the love.